What's up YouTube, it's Decklists TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily competitive Pokemon TCG videos, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the results of this weekend. There's a lot of tournaments that happened over in the Journey Together format. We're going to be talking about the Sevilla Special Event over in Spain. We're going to be talking about the Johannesburg tournament, also special event in South Africa. There was also the Philippines that had a Master Ball League. So lots of tournaments to talk about in this video, so hopefully you guys are excited. If you are, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. And without further ado, let's dive into some data as we're going to be taking a look at conversion rates, some analysis, and top performing deck lists in this format. So if you want to be learning about what is going to be good in the upcoming tournaments, or if you're playing a League Cup, a League Challenge, all that good stuff, you're going to be having a lot of data to base your next deck on. So to be honest, if you're still doubting which deck to play, this is going to give yourself some notice on what is popular, so you know which deck to pick. So let's talk about the Sevilla, or the Sevilla Special Event. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think it's Sevilla in Spain. We have around 800 master players, so it was a rather small tournament, and we see here in the day one field, Dragapult EX being very dominant with a 21% meta share. Then Raging Bolt had 12%, so a lot of people were on Raging Bolt. I personally would have played Raging Bolt as well for this event. I have been playtesting that as well at locals, have been doing pretty fine with it. And then we have Gardevoir having, of course, a big spike in popularity as it was able to already win 2 regionals before it. And you're going to be seeing that Gardevoir was able to win again in Sevilla Special Event, meaning that Gardevoir is going nowhere. It is one of the strongest decks currently in this Journey Together format, and for good reason. We're going to be taking a look at which deck was most successful. Then we have Gholdengo, 4th place in the meta share, and then followed up with Archaludon. The Poison package was the most popular of the bunch, and then Tera Box had a little bit of a resurgence, as we're going to be seeing that. If we take a look at the best of the rest in that tournament, we also see that the Joltik Box had some popularity, then a mixture between Gholdengo and Dragapult. So if you actually combine the Gholdengo Dragapult and the regular Gholdengo, you actually get 12%. So that technically is the 3rd most popular deck. A lot of Gholdengo still around. Tropico's Noctowl was down in popularity. Eevee Box was around, and then Charizard, and then a little bit of everything unclassified for the best of the rest. Let's take a look at the conversion rate. That's always my favorite part of it. We have here Dragapult EX spiking all the way into 26% meta share, stating itself as the best deck in the format. Then Gardevoir also had a very positive conversion rate, 14% still in day 2. Raging Bolt did not flop this time. It dropped a little bit, but not a lot. So 10% as well. Gholdengo didn't do all too well. If we're taking a look at, if we combine everything, it had 12% meta share. So we had Gholdengo with Dragapult EX and straight Gholdengo EX, maybe with Scizor, maybe with the Dunsparce EX. But yeah, we see here that Gholdengo did not perform very well in that tournament. Then we also see that Joltik Box converted really well, from a 4% meta share all the way into a 9% meta share, meaning that, Joltik Box was definitely the deck that had a very positive conversion rate. So I do expect more Joltik Box going forward. What is a Joltik Box? We made a video about that a couple of days ago, so you know how the deck plays. So pretty much you go second, go with Joltik, power up your Pokemon like Iron Hands or Pikachu EX, depending on the matchup, and you're good to go. We also see that Archaludon actually did not change all too much from the field here. So we had 5%, it remained at 5%. So a little bit of everything, and the Tera Box, again, not on the field. So that actually states itself that Tera Box, believe it or not, is not the strongest deck in the format, even though people believed that in the beginning of the Journey Together format. It seems like Gholdengo also didn't perform all too well. My surprise here, Gardevoir spiked, Dragapult spiked. So those are the most popular decks. So if you're playing a tournament, whether it's a League Cup or an upcoming regional tournament, maybe you're playing Milwaukee or whatever, you will see you have to face Dragapult and Gardevoir most of the time. Then we see a little bit of Joltik, Raging Bolt, and Gholdengo, but those, I think Gholdengo will drop down in popularity, and then also Archaludon is not the most popular deck in the room, only having like 5% meta share, and it sticks around though. Then if we take a look at the best of the rest, the Tera Box deck was also still around with only 5%, Eevee Box, Gholdengo, Dragapult. Yeah, that's also a little bit interesting, right? So if you see here, Gholdengo had 4% there, and it also got the 6%. So it did drop from 12% only to like 10%. So it dropped a little bit, similar to Raging Bolt. I think the most things you can come up with this tournament is like Joltik Box converted really well and Gardevoir converted really well. So that's the thing. And also, and Zoroark for some reason was also on the day 2 chart. So now let's take a look at Sevilla Special Event here, where Johan Barcizac from France was able to win with the exact 60 that Brand Tonneson used at the Monterrey Regionals a week before it. So that does give a statement that this is one of the best ways to be playing Gardevoir EX in this Journey Together format. Very straightforward, having the secret box, having 4 research, 4 Iono. And yeah, the only thing I am sometimes concerned is if I know the opponent is not having Boss's orders in their list, I sometimes could play around that. So maybe you could technically add in an additional copy of Boss's orders, but that's the only thing I would change. The list is great. Some people are actually testing out Brilliant Blender, but yeah, this is the most consistent way to be playing Gardevoir EX in this format. We have Pedro Vencencio from Portugal, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, with Dragapult. This is the straight Dragapult build without any Dusknoir thrown up in the list. We have, of course, double Budu, and also a very noteworthy thing you see here is that they're playing Jamming Tower for the mirror match, so stuff like Defiance Band and stuff like the Rescue Board and all that shut down completely. We also see the Neo Upper Energy as the ace pack card of choice, and also coming back with Turo. So with Neo Upper Energy and Turo, you can actually do some very crazy plays where there is, of course, a world where you get damaged, you pick up your Dragapult and instantly start attacking again because of the Neo Upper Energy. You also come back with Luminous Energy, which can help for your Monkey Dory activation, which could be really useful as well. And we also see a very straightforward list, by the way. 4 Boss, 4 Research, 4 Iono, 4 Brock Scouting, so not a lot of like rogue tech cards. It's just 4, 4, 4, 4, and that is making a statement that straight Dragapult EX has the room to make consistent builds like this. We have Harvey Scheinman from the UK with Ends Zoroark EX. This is the highest placement for a Zoroark deck I have ever seen. So what can we see here? Cleffa, something we don't often see in the list, and Budu is also something we don't often see in the list. The ace pack card of choice is Prime Catcher, and all the rest of the cards we already tested with before on the channel. So, and Zoroark EX, people have not tested against and Zoroark EX all too much. That's something we can all agree upon, and that's why they, yeah, Harvey took the tournament by storm, getting 3rd place with an End Zoroark build. Very well done here. We of course have End's PP up to power up and Zoroark EX. You can copy paste the attack of their Manitan for sniping capabilities in a format without Manaphy. That's super cool. And there's also the revenge attack. So if their opponent is not able to one-shot you, you can one-shot anything because you can go for that yeah, attack of Reshiram, copy pasting the damage onto you, but then times 2. So very powerful stuff here for Zoroark EX. There's the late game Blood Moon Ursaluna as well in here, and the double copy of Defiance Band can push your numbers to bigger numbers that the opponent might not even expect. So you do fall behind a lot. There's 2 copies of Counter Catcher, 2 copies of Defiance Band, and even a Power Glass to power an energy back up onto yourself. So Zoroark, I'm very ecstatic to be checking out that. We have Piotr Matlinski from Poland with Tera Box. Also high placement for Tera Box. The same 60 that Tord Reklev actually used at the Champions League in Fukuoka over in Japan. So not a single card has changed. We talked about this list in detail before, so I'm not gonna go yeah, into detail again, but the thing is clear here. You have access to your Wellspring Ogerpon in a format without stuff like Manaphy. So Sparkling Crystal Crispin can activate your Wellspring instantly. It can do the same thing for a Pikachu EX to stop 300 damage output, and you can also use the Lilith Clefairy to deal with Dragapult EX and Raging Bolt respectfully. So knocked out getting any 2 trainers from the deck. So cool stuff, 4th placement right there. There's Thomas Jones from the UK with straight Dragapult as well. So it seems that everyone left their Dusknoirs at home, it seems. So we of course see the double Budu and also Genesect very strong in this format. If it has a tool card equipped, there's the Ace Nullifier shutting down all the Ace Pack cards from being played in your opponent's hand. That means if they want to unfair stamp you, not a chance. If they want to prime catch you, not a chance. It's gonna be fantastic if you can get that Genesect equipped. You have a lot of yeah, tool cards you can choose from. Bravery Charm, Rescue Board, sometimes even Defiance Band. It is not included in this 60, but yeah, we have straight Dragapult in here, and this actually comes back with Brock's Grid and double copy of Jacques. So people are prepared for the classic Budu Wars. Only one Luminous Energy in here, so we don't see people tacking in Enhanced Hammer quite yet, but Dragapult is definitely using Luminous Energy more and more. We have Arthur Vincent from France with Frostlass Monkey Dory, the hero in the top 8. Everyone was rooting for Frostlass Monkey Dory, that's right. But this is a 60 that is a little bit unconventional because you see a 3-4 line of Frostlass. The reason why there's more Frostlass in there than the Snorunt is that you draw into your Frostlass more frequently, and there's also only one copy of the Ultra Ball. So what you do here is with Buddy Buddy Puffin, you can find your little Snorunts quite easily. You also have the Maractus to trap opponents with the corner attack, and a lot of Budu action here. So you actually item lock the opponent, put a Bravery Charm onto your Budu, and then all the damage that is being put on yourself through the means of the Frostlass, you can put back with Adrenabrain and having a Darkness Energy equipped. Because of Gravity Gemstone, you can trap opponents as well, so you can even put that onto a Budu, and that means if the opponent wants to retreat, they're gonna have some issues with a high amount of counter catcher. You can trap opponents while having a high retreat cost, and there's even the Blood Moon to sweep in the late game. So I love a 60 like this, and I really want to be testing it out soon on the channel because I'm a very big fan of Frostlass Monkey Dory for sure. Alright, moving forward, we have another Gardevoir. Bolly, our good friend from the UK, was able to get a top 8 placement. That's right. This is as they call it, a team deck, where there's a lot of 4-offs in here, 4 Arven, 4 Research, 4 Bravery Charm, 4 Ultra Balls, like lots of 4-offs, and then the Brilliant Blender to stitch it all together, 4 Night Stretchers as well. So you have all your stuff at your disposal. The double Scream Tail is definitely something that can scratch my head because you typically only need one, but without Hisuian Heavy Ball in the format, I guess it makes sense. And there's also a TM Evo in here, means that with a high amount of Arven, you can sometimes get your Curlias in play. Only 2 Curlias in here, but sometimes that can be enough to push yourself over the edge. Definitely going second, getting Buddy Buddy Puff and getting TM Evo like back in the day. And also something that is missing here is Phasandipity. The only draw power Pokemon in here is Mew EX, so that typically is enough with a high amount of Ultra Ball, thinning the hand, use Mew to draw cards you want. And there's no Phasandipity as a Pokemon you can start with, so stuff to see here. You could also get trapped with this 60, by the way, because people are expecting there's a Turo in the list. Well, there's actually none of them in the list, so cool approach on Gardevoir EX for sure. So Gardevoir again, 2 placements in the top 8, kind of crazy. And then Kim Pobega from Italy with a straight Dragapult, so no Dusknoirs around. People are always complaining, Dusknoirs around, ban Dusknoir, but we're getting Psyduck, so hold your horses here. We have this Dragapult EX list with Maractus in here, which can help to buy yourself some time with the corner attack. You have a Crispin in this 60 as well, and 4 copies of Brock. So making a statement, Brock is good in Dragapult. That's what we can conclude from this event, right? People were testing out Dragapult with Dusknoir, trying out Dragapult with Jacques and all that, but it seems like for Brock's... yeah, how is it called here? The Brock's Scouting is going to be a mainstay in the Dragapult list, as it's the most successful way to be playing Dragapult. Luminous Energy as well, and the Latias EX, surprisingly enough, to have free retreats. If you're sometimes stuck with your Blood Moon, that can also be a way you can get out of it, because people are sometimes stacking in a copy of Switch. But yeah, sometimes Latias is all you need. And because you're playing Latias, going into free retreat Budu while also having an attachment on Dreepy is also very, very strong. Mark that in your agendas or in your notepads. We have Raquel Hazim from Spain with Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is good in this format, and people are always talking badly about it, but this is a very solid 60, coming back with Slitherwing over the Koraidon, something you can debate upon, but yeah, the Slitherwing can also deal with Blood Moons, which is good, and also only requires 2 energies, and the other Koraidon also is great, but you need to attack with an ancient Pokemon first, so there's things to think about right there. There's an 80 HP Hoot Hoot in there, which can definitely work out if the opponent, lots of these Dragapults are playing Hawlucha, so you have to be careful sometimes, so an 80 HP one, pretty good. The Baby Raging Bolt to snipe around, and we have double Crispin in the 60 as well. So Raging Bolt doing fine. We have Joltik Box by Thomas Abbott from the UK. Let's see here. Joltik Box. This is something similar we've played on the channel before, so if you want to see this deck in action, you can already check out my video I made about this 60. You have the Galvantula as a way you can evolve your 30 HP Joltik into a Pokemon that can deal with specific Pokemon. Also a great tech card if you're ever seeing a Charizard. Iron Leaves, very good to absorb your energies. Iron Hands, so pretty much you go second, go for that Joltik, power up your Pokemon like Pikachu EX and Iron Hands, and you're good to go. And some rare occasions you can power up a Miraidon, but it's actually not the most useful attacker in the 60. We have a high amount of gusting with Prime Catcher and the Boss's Orders. And I think this is a nice way to just solidify that Joltik Box is making its way in the format. Filippo Calamorea from Italy with the Evolution Box, EV Box with Pidgeot EX thrown up in the 60 as well. So instead of relying on the Noctows only, there is a 2-1-2 line of Pidgeot EX, meaning if you can get it out, you are be able to find any card you want. With Quick Search, you can fetch yourself all the combo pieces necessary, and because you're also playing Serrano, you can get a lot of EXs out of the field instantly. You can get your EV EX if you want to, your Flareon, your Sylveon, your Clefairy, all that good stuff. If you want to actually attack with Clefairy, you will need your Crispins. There's 2 copies of Crispin in here, but there's also the counter gain. If you do fall behind, you can always go for, I would say, a counter gain and Nazball, get your Lily's Clefairy, get that Psychic Energy equipped, and then off you go. So no Sparkling Crystal, but Unfair Stamp instead, and an Unfair Stamp in combination with Angel Eye can definitely make the opponent crumble like crazy. Get rid of your opponent's entire field, and then you can, get yourself a very solid board state. So very curious to see where EV Box will actually end up in the future. Don't forget, Fanrodom is also a strong attacker if you can get that Area 0 under Dav, equipped it onto the field. Then another Gardevoir, Gonzalo Ferreira from Portugal with Gardevoir. This Gardevoir, so it seems like everyone is leaving around their end Zoroark EXs. They left them at home because straight Guardy is way better. We do see a tech card that you don't often see in here, and that is going to be the Genesect. You can sometimes put a Bravery Charm onto that, making sure the opponent cannot play A-Spec cards, because if you Unfair Stamp a Gardevoir, you don't have that much draw power on your field, so that could be very scary. Also, you can sometimes get Prime Catch, which is also very scary, so the Genesect protects you against that, and Genesect is very good in this format, and I cannot stress that out enough. If you're having some slots over in your deck, if sometimes that could be the case, Genesect and a tool card, or maybe you're already playing a lot of tool cards, it could be helping out a ton. We do see the Fezandipity in the 60, and it seems to be like Gardevoir is one of the strongest decks moving forward. A great deck that has a great matchup against Gardevoir is, of course, the Joltik Box. We have Janilik Jimenez Gomez from Spain. Joltik Box, let's go. Another Joltik Box. Gravity Mountain seems to be a key card that a lot of these successful Joltik Box are playing, but all the rest seems to be the same, right? We have the EXP share as well thrown in the package, so very cool. We have the Crispins, the Joltik to power yourself up. Not more to say here. Then we have Gabriel Corderino Quesada from Costa Rica, believe it or not, making it all the way to Sevilla Special Event. We have straight Gardevoir. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's straight Dragapult. Dragapult, also a list that was already played by Blake Ray and the Monterrey Regionals. So yeah, again, see the Genesect, the Monkey Dory, and the Luminous Energy seem to be going hand in hand in the 60. Also EXP share, a bunch of tool cards because that works out to, of course, activate the Ace Nullifier of the Genesect. I wonder how much success Dragapult will have going forward. So it thinks to me like there's 2 main archetypes that are like dominating currently. I would say like it's Gardevoir EX and Dragapult EX. So none of these Dragapults are playing Sparkling Crystal anymore, which is very peculiar for sure. Fabien Pouchot from France with Zoroark as well. Phenomenal player. Check out their resume throughout history because they have been piloting a lot of successful decks lately. And this is going to be Zoroark EX with a tech card of the Hoopa. The Hoopa, if you have been sleeping under a rock or something, actually has the Energy Crush, 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So that is something interesting, definitely with the Energy Switch. You can activate the Hoopa, and it's a fighting type Pokemon, meaning you can dish out damage against Joltik Boxes quite easily, which is awesome. Otherwise, these Joltik Boxes just run over your end Zoroark with the Pikachu going crazy. We have Budu for item locking. There's also the Power Glass in here, Defiance Band, TM Evo to activate it instantly. with your high amount of Arven seems to be making sense. And Maractus also an underrated tech card. I think a lot of people were testing out, like in the past we had Mawile to trap, now we have Maractus to trap, and the Maractus trapping does buy ourselves some time. I also love the Cypher Maniacs code breaking in here with Anzorak EX. So what can we conclude? The conclusions are coming very shortly. We have Alejandro Labato Cantos from Spain with Tera Box as well. So it seems that Tera Box made a little bit of a resurgence. You see what we're doing here? Surging Sparks, you know? With, of course, having the high amount of Crispin, E-switch combos with the Teal Dance, so you're able to activate the Torrential Pump of the Wellspring Ogerpon. There's also the Cornerstone in there if you're ever seeing a wall box deck, but having a wall box deck seems to be pretty hard right now with the high amount of people playing Gardevoir, so that's interesting. So we do see that this list was also piloted by Fabrizio Talone, top 64 placement as well, 54th place, and also was 3rd place list in the Monterrey regions with Jericho Valencia. So lots of people in the Tera Box. Tera Box is seemingly back, also having a Jamming Tower, so you have your answer against Gardevoir. Also a Brock Scouting, you don't see that very often in a list like this. Fan Rotom getting out your Hoot Hoots, evolve into Noctowl. Seems like the AHP Noctowls, actually Hoot Hoots are being shut down again, so the 3-1 split is the most optimal one from for this format, it seems. So yeah, cool for sure. My conclusions are, in this exact tournament, so you see there was 136 players in day 2. And my conclusion is, in the top 16, if we take a look at this day 1 meta field, where is Gholdengo? Where is Archaludon? So it seems like Archaludon and Gholdengo did not convert at all. So those were the flops for the Sevilla Special Event. Seems like Tera Box gained some more popularity and Joltik Box did incredibly well. So I think Joltik Box enters the format and Gholdengo goes down a little bit. So that's my conclusion for the Sevilla Special Event. But wait, there is more. We're going to be talking about the Malaysia Master Ball League that actually happened at the same. Now, we're not going to talk about the Malaysia Master League. We're going to be, oh yeah, we can just check out the top 4. There's not a lot of lists that are currently available. And this 60, all right, we're going to be checking out the top 4, I suppose, because we have not checked them out before. There was Dragapult with Dusknoir that was able to win that event. Also with Jamming Tower as having respect for Gardevoir. That seems to be the norm here. The Gardevoir is actually a meta tier deck. Also, Nick Key, 2nd place with Roaring Moon. It's the Poison package. The highest placement Poison package was Roaring Moon, believe it or not, and because you also come back with the Roaring Moon EX, you can one-shot anything in existence, and also Calamity Storm can also Calamity shenanigans here. Calamity Storm, yeah, can dish out enough damage, definitely with Poison package and knocking out Stadium as well. Can definitely be very good indeed. So I also something like this I still need to check out on the channel. There was also another Gardevoir. And this Gardevoir is still playing Morty's Conviction, which was a card being played more in the, I think, Atlanta regionals. And Henry Chow was also able to play a lot of Morty's Conviction with a 1-2 line of Anzorak EX. So people have left the Zoroarks at home. So with that being said, so that actually was something that happened last weekend. Now we're going to be talking about still stuff that happened this weekend. So we're going to be going to Pokestats.com. So as you see here, we had Sevilla Special Event. Now we're going to be talking about the Philippine Master Ball League, where Primetime Wizard TV, Joancho Saldana, was able to win with Tera Box. And we have an exact 60 to showcase here. So yeah, you might know him, one of the casters, of course. This is what we're rocking with. So let's take that list and take a look at it together. So Tera Box deck. The thing that I immediately see when I'm looking at this list, I don't see a Blood Moon. And also that's why they also cut down a switch. And I also see a Fairy Giraffe EX. The 1-1 line of Fairy Giraffe EX in this 60 also allows you to win against Raging Bolt EX quite convincingly, as well as the Joltik Box, which actually saw popularity during this weekend, so it makes sense that they come prepared. And other than that, is the stuff we've seen before, so you can attack with, of course, Wellspring, high emphasis with 2 copies of that in there. Lily's Clefairy with double Night Stretcher and a high amount of Crispin helps out a ton against Dragapult. And we, of course, have the Cornerstone. If you're ever seeing a wall kind of box deck, there's definitely an answer for that. So very cool trophy as well, by the way. I wish we had trophies again over in the Western world, but now we are stuck with medals. So let me know in the comments section how you personally feel. Look at that promo card as well. If you don't know, believe me, look at that promo card. It looks like really, really crazy with the stamp on there. So I wish we also get these kind of trophies over in the West, but nah. Second place was Gholdengo with Denzel Vestan, Lawrence Machu Tech was Dragapult Dusnor. Some more players that I don't have any info on, and then in that top 8 was also an Enzorwart EX. So people are definitely still experimenting in this phase. We also see Even Reina, which we also have a list from, and that actually is this 60. Look at that. What do we see is Buffalant, Terapagos, with, of course, Munkidori in the package with some Darkness energies in there. Some Psychic energies as well, so that means if you activate Crispin, you can attack with Lily's Clefairy, and there's a Serrano in there as the supporter that stands out to me. But other than that, it's just Buffalant, Terapagos with some Jet energies. This also was doing way better before the last couple of regionals. In that top 16, there's another Tera Box. Joltik Box with Antonio Jorge Francisco, 10th place. Joltik Box in the Philippines. Look at that. They have such cool merchandise over there. Look at that. Anything that stands out to me, there's 4 Pokegear, so additional consistency, and a second copy of Bravery Charm. Other than that, the list seems like the stuff we've seen before. So Joltik Box is doing really, really well. There was another 11th place Joltik Box. 13th place, we see Dragapult Dusnoir. 14th place was with Frozlaz Munkidori. We're going to be checking that out as well. The player that actually piloted that was, let's see here. It was Jason John Jusei, if I pronounce it correctly. So let's take a look at that list that we can see at the Philippines. So we're taking a look at list worldwide here. So Frozlaz with 2 copies of Badu. Also, we see here, I don't know if you can see that, it was Espatra EX 229 in this 60. So Espatra sometimes being paired with Frozlaz Munkidori. There's a Cleffa, a Maractus as well, and a high amount of Iono to put the opponent to a low hand size, and a couple of TM Devos as well. So yeah, Frozlaz, it was a good week for Frozlaz, getting top 8 placement over in the Sevilla Special Event, getting a top 16 placement in the Philippine Master Ball League. If you're wondering, there were 515 Masters, and it was also in the Journey Together format. But yeah, there's still some more stuff we need to take a look at, because there's a lot of major events that happened actually this weekend, which is crazy. Johannesburg Special Event over in South Africa. We don't know how many Masters there were in that event, and there was also some rumors that they had to like leave the venue, or people played at a different location. Whatever the case is, we have the top 9, or actually an asymmetrical top 9 here. We see here Gardevoir, Tera Box, Joltik, Gholdengo, Dragapult. So many Dragapults here, like 1, 2, 3, 4 decks containing Dragapult in that top 9, and there was 1, 2 Tera Boxes. So Tera Box was able to win in the Philippines, and was also able to get a lot of placements here. 1, 2, 3 in that top 9. So that's kind of crazy. That means that Tera Box had also a very great weekend. But again, we see here in Johannesburg, Johan Andre with Gardevoir. It seems like Gardevoir wins almost every tournament out there. What does that mean? Gardevoir won Atlanta Regionals. Gardevoir won Monterrey Regionals. Gardevoir won Sevilla Special Event. Gardevoir won Johannesburg Special Event in South Africa. Gardevoir is crazy. Even though Dragapult is the most popular deck with a high conversion rate, the deck that seems to be winning all the time is Gardevoir. Can anyone stop Gardevoir? Are we all going to be playing 4 copies of Jamming Tower from now on? Who knows? But yeah, also again, people are leaving around their Enzorwart EX at home and just focusing on consistency with a high amount of research, high amount of Iono. Yeah, it's a classic build. I don't know if it's anything different. We see a Cleffa in this build as well, but that's about it. So big congratulations right there. We're going to be taking a look at the 2nd place from Harper Kaiser. And there's Tera Box. And let's see what kind of Tera Box this is. Can we see how many players there were? Can we actually know what's going on there? So we can translate this post. See you all in Anaheim. So people are actually getting a lot of championship points. If you know how many players there were in the Johannesburg Special Event, let me know down below in the comment section. You see here a person loving to bling out their deck. Look at that. Very cool. We see a Brock Scouting. Seems to be in a lot of these decks. Preparing, of course, against stuff like the Badu item lock, double Wellspring. There is an Iron Bundle, which I'm a big fan of in a deck like this, because Iron Bundle and Wellspring go hand in hand sometimes. We see also the Ditto in there, Mew EX, Lily's Clefairy, Phasandipity, Latias, Yeah, there's there's Blood Moon as well. So that's something that Primetime Wizard TV did not play. They did not play Blood Moon, but that's about it. I don't know if there's a switch out in there. There's double copy of Energy Switch for Nazball and an Earthen Vessel. Okay. They do have the Latias for the free retreat, so it does make sense. 4 copies of Crispin going hand in hand with Sparkling Crystal. So yeah, what can we conclude from this weekend? Gardevoir is winning all the tournaments. Tera Box had a great conversion rate. Gholdengo had a terrible conversion rate. Archaludon had I haven't seen any Archaludon list, so Archaludon really flopped this weekend. That's something I can conclude. If this is the meta, Dragapult is good. Raging Bolt, debatable. Gholdengo didn't do good. Archaludon didn't do good. Tera Box did good. Gardevoir did good. Raging Bolt did okay, I suppose, and Dragapult as well. Joltik Box did incredible. That's something I can conclude. Tera Box with Noctowl did not do well. Charizard is like a flop. No Charizards around. I'm very curious to see if we take a look at the Sevilla Special Event where we end up if we take a look at a Charizard list. The only Charizard is like Charizard Dragapult, but that's not a straight Charizard list. There was a Charizard 41st place. Okay. Charizard the Dunsparce. That's probably the way people are playing it currently. But yeah, Charizard is not doing well in this format. But yeah, very curious to see how the meta will evolve from here on out. But yeah, there's more tournaments coming your way, by the way. We have, if we take a look at the upcoming events, Milwaukee Special, that's not Special Event, Regionals. It's going to be a very huge one to take a look at. And I'm also going to be attending the Special Event in Utrecht. That's actually in 3 weeks' time. So I'm going to be playing again. That's crazy. It's been a while since I actually played an event. Seeing I already have my Worlds invite, but it's going to be a lot of fun to be playing again. So hopefully, guys, I'll see you there. And also Champions League Aichi. So that's going to be good. That's going to be with the new cards from Destined Rivals with Team Rocket cards. Will Mewtwo do something? Will Crobat EX do something? Will Porygon Z do something? Will we see Cynthia's Garchomp? It's going to be very exciting. Probably going to be seeing some Eaton's cards, Eaton's Ho-Oh, Eaton's Typhlosion. Lots of great things for the Pokemon TCG. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis. If you enjoyed it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many, many ways. And I am forever grateful if you, of course, would check out the sponsors. The first one up on the menu. Level up your game with TC Evolutions. Breathtaking damage counters, special condition tokens, and ability markers. Precision, style, power. Use coupon ZapDosTCG for 10% off only at TC Evolutions. But of course, there are more sponsors. There's DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZapDos5 and get 5% off on everything on the website. There's PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get 5% off with instant email delivery, so spice up your account today. And cardmarket.com for European players, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. Thank you all very much for watching today's upload. A lot of analysis, a lot of great knowledge. You can see a lot of great deck lists. Let me know in the comments down below which deck you think will win the Milwaukee Regionals. I'm very curious to hear your opinion down below. And as always, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. Thanks for tuning in today. Peace.